group unit productivity. I think for me it will be a matter of really upscaling and continuously updating and enhancing use of technology in whatever they are doing, so that we have accurate data, friendly methods of making sure we have a true reflection of work being done. Two, the reward and sanction mechanisms also need to be very transparent. As I already touched on that. I would really focus on that, because I know recognition is, I have a HR background.
Okay.
Recognition works much more than even the salary in ensuring productivity of employees.
Judge. The Honorable Attorney General did allude to this, and I want to refer you back to it. In terms of the surface you have looked at and the statistics that we have, in the last 10 years, the population within judiciary, in terms of staff, has increased by almost 65% in terms of the population, almost 65%.
So pardon me, what has increased?
The staff.
Okay.
In terms of all the cadres, including judges, magistrates, and the staff. And also, to some extent, the budget that we had in 2010 or 2011 has also increased. Not so much, but is reasonable. And you read about the surface satisfaction, but the Kenyans still are very much concerned that our service is below expectations. That's the reality on the ground, that the service that we give the Kenyans is still below expectations. I want from you, Judge, particularly coming from this Court of Employment, Labor Relations, and you are the chairperson of the Commission, to be very, very clear as you share the Commission, what we need to do, apart from that survey. What have we missed? What do we need to do different to ensure that our clients, the public, get some reasonable satisfaction in terms of our work?
That feedback, Commissioner, we get as a judiciary on the levels of satisfaction, the output, our work, especially the manner we are able to conclude cases from filing to judgment, and in other areas where we are giving service to the people. That's those. The demands we're getting from the public are not, there's the good and the bad of it. Remember, under Jaite, the Mutunga program opened up the judiciary on levels of transparency and accountability never experienced before in this country. And I believe the judiciary, if well judged, is the most open organ of government. That is double-edged, because the more you open up and you are clearly delivering much more than you've done before, so the level of expectation grows with that, and rightly so. And all we need to do, as I conclude, is that we need to continue doing the good things we are doing. If you expect one day to be told, finally you have arrived, it will not happen.
Okay. So if somebody appears in your court tomorrow morning on a new issue, which is the earliest date can you give that person in terms of maybe his case to come? How soon? Right
now? In my specific court now at Milimani, remember I've just been come from Kisumu to Milimani, and first of all, we are not giving dates for matters 2018, 2019, 2020. You cannot get a date. That is how bad it is. We are only giving dates for 2014, 2015, and 2016 matters.
So what does that tell you?
I remember under the SJT, we cleared almost all the 2014 cases. And we had embarked on another rapid initiative to clear the 2015, which I think will be my focus. Now, another rapid initiative through different methods to now focus on 2015, 2016 cases. This is the same in Kisumu, where I was for 3 years. We have 2014, 20 now. I think 2014 is almost gone. It is gone. 2015 almost gone. We have 2016, 2017, 2018 matters.
Okay.
Which there they have dates because there is no restriction. In Nairobi, there were notices from the principal judge that you cannot get dates for these years. You have to wait because we are dealing with these other cases.
Okay.
So it's that bad.
6 years old, eh?
Yes.
You're talking about efficiency. Let's move on to something else. I want to look at financial. You talked about financial and funding. Kenyans believe under the Constitution, we should be able to fund the judiciary from our taxes to some extent. What as a chairperson of the Commission, accountability for the funds that you are given is very crucial. What kind of mechanism would you put in place? And here I want you to be aware of the Constitution, the various statutes that we have that govern our financial structures and governance. I want to hear from you as a chairperson of the Commission. That top, you are the head of the Commission, the accountability mechanism that you put in place to ensure that the funds that we get are properly accounted for and used. Accountability mechanism. 2 or 3. As a chair.
First of all, the expenditure of funds in whatever area in government.
No, Judge. I want us to focus. You are the judiciary, the chairperson of the Commission.
Yes.
My question is very specific.
Yes.
Accountability mechanism that you have to put as you manage, or the funds are managed, because the boss stops at you. As those funds are being managed, what mechanism do you put? Maybe it be personnel, procurement, all those issues. I would like to hear from you at least 4 mechanisms that you can put in place to ensure that you're in charge of those funding.
The one immediate one is that once funds are received from Exchequer, I, as the head of the judiciary, knows and have received reports. I mean, I'm aware of our budget and what the money has been allocated for. And I know the specific areas where money has been allocated for. So my first responsibility is to ensure that, first of all, money which has been allocated to us is absorbed and used. 2, to ensure that I have the tabs on how the money is being used. I expect feedback from the finance chief registrar. I expect to have channels of feedback and reports on procurement.
Share with us those reports that you expect to get from the accounting officer. And you don't do the work of the accounting officer. Share with the Commission what kind of reports that you expect to get from your accounting officer as far as the management of those funds are concerned. And I see it across the board, procurement, personnel, all the rest?
First of all, a report on procurement, what has been procured within a specific period. There must be a report to me matching what the requisitions, whatever we had planned to do with the money. There should be an audit reports also.
Audit reports?
At the internal level, which must come to me to make sure I am in touch and with the manner in which expenditure is being used.
Okay.
The other one is that
are you familiar with the financial management within government, within public service? That's my question, the bottom line.
Yes, I have the framework. I know we have the Act and the framework which is in place for monitoring of use of funds and accountability, and especially the reports which finally must go to Parliament on accountability.
Let's move on. Releasing those funds, and I want us to remain focused to your position, to your role as a chairperson of the Commission. You need to secure funds for judiciary. What role do you play in terms of making sure that judiciary, including the Commission, gets adequate funds from the various arms of government, particularly the two arms of government that are responsible for the government funding process?
First of all, the Chief Justice must have a very constructive interface on issues, finance, and our requirements, even at the level of the head of state.
Interface with the head of state?
Yes.
In his capacity
as a head of the nation, as the president of this country.
Very good. Then the next interface? The
next interface is with the hands of, with the exchequer. I mean, with the CS Treasury.
CS stands for what? CS?
Cabinet Secretary.
Treasury, yes.
Treasury.
Very good.
The other interface is with the Speaker of the Senate and the Speaker of the National Assembly.
I want you to break down the Honorable Speaker's offices and share with us the organs within that legislature that are very key to make sure that we get our funds that we require.
We have two key committees, which is the Committee on Allocation of Finances.
Appropriation Committee, you call it, yes?
Yes. We have the committee dealing with judicial and legal matters.
Judicial, yes, very good.
Yes.
We have had this judiciary fund for some time, and we have been trying to make sure that the judiciary fund is actually established, realized, and getting funds in that fund. We are here to get the position as the chairperson of the Commission. What steps do you take to ensure that the fund is up and running? The judiciary fund, which is in the Constitution.
The Act is in place.
Yes,
if I'm not wrong.
It is in place.
The regulations have been developed.
They are in place.
They have not been implemented.
So what do you do to have it implemented? Two things you will do to make sure it is implemented.
Again, I believe the Office of the Attorney General has a role to play in that. The Parliament has a role to play with that, and it will be part of the agenda, the robust agenda we'll have with the hands of, with the AG's office and Parliament to ensure that fund is in place.
Okay. What will be the role of the Office of the Honorable Attorney General in that process?
First of all, Attorney General sits in Parliament. I don't know whether Attorney General has a key role in the development of whatever regulations and registration in Parliament.
Are you sure he sits in Parliament? Does he sit there?
He doesn't sit now, I think, but I think he has a key role in in guiding
Right.
Regis development and implementation of regulation, including gazettement, and making sure that it is done. So we have solutions within and without there.
Okay.
And as the Chief Justice, I think I will seek, first of all, I'd want to understand the issue much more,
Okay.
and I would have that opportunity once.
So,
I'm in
Honorable
office.
Judge, and that's good enough for me. I want us now to tackle a different issue altogether. And this is specific to your court, the Employment Labor Relations Court. What is the role of that court as far as economic development is concerned, Vision 2030? Does that court have any role in terms of realization of Vision 2030? That's your court, Employment Labor Relations Court. Does it have a law, and if so, which one?
Labor is a key component of, that is human resource. It's a key component of, in fact, the center of any development initiative. Without people and with proper legal frameworks and which are properly interpreted with certainty, and that is a key role of our court to interpret the laws in place in a just and consistent manner, so that there is certainty in what investors expect is certainty